Hello YouTube quilters, it's Joe here. I thought I'd pop in for a weekend update. I've been working on the Friendship Star quilt most of the weekend. I have the main piece all pieced together, ironed it. I just need to add 2 borders and do a quilt sandwich, and then I'm gonna machine quilt it and bind it, and then I will show you the finished product, but I will also show you at the end of the video what I have done so far. Go ahead and critique it, let me know what you think, see if you can find all the flaws that I've made. I have a theory of where my flaws came, and I'll kind of tell you about that in a little bit. But I just wanted to see what you guys think, any tips that you could give me, and let me know, what my progress looks like. I'm all about feedback. I can't get better unless I get some feedback. So my tip, which I think is kind of self-explanatory, so maybe it's not really a tip, and most people probably already know it, but Singer's not out to get us. They're not there to lie to us. So if they give you a presser foot and they tell you that the presser foot is a quarter inch seam allowance, it probably is. So my foot here, you can probably see that it has some clear plastic. I was thinking that was the 1/4 inch seam allowance, because if you measure it is a 1/4 inch, but out here is the 1/4 inch. So I know a lot of my flaws for my quilt come from me not paying attention with the 1/4 inch seam allowance. I don't know why, but I was just thinking, oh, just because it says it's a 1/4 inch. So anyway, if I would have been intelligent enough to measure my seam allowance, which I finally did, I would have seen that it wasn't a 1/4 inch. So some of my blocks, when I piece them together, have a scant 1/4 inch seam allowance, I guess you could call it. It went together. It's just you can see where I cut off some tips of the stars and all that. One part I did learn about the quilt also, because I wasn't paying attention, but one section of the blocks, the half square triangles, I had to cut them down to size. More math. I did not go to college for math, so I was having some struggles with the math thing going on. I mean, if I would have been paying more attention, I probably wouldn't have had so many struggles, but I just wanted to get the quilt together. So after making mistakes, ripping out seams, the quilt came together. A lot of mistakes, but it's my first real pattern quilt, so I'm impressed with it so far. That brings me to my question to you guys. What do you do when you get bored with what you're sewing? As I was sewing this pattern together, I started hating the colors more and more. They were dull and dingy. I really liked them at first, but then I kind of got bored with the same thing over and over. And so I found myself rushing through just to get it done, which I guess I've heard from you guys that a finished product is better than a perfect product, but I think if I would have slowed down maybe a little bit, but I was getting so bored. So my question is, what do you guys do when you get bored with a project you're working on? I found myself pretty bored today. And I'm not finished yet, but I'm done, I think, for the day. I don't want to put borders on. I have to do a pieced border and then just a regular border, but I just don't want to do that today. I think I'm done sewing for the day. But yeah, let me know in the comment section what you do when you get bored with the same project. I know a lot of people have multiple projects going on at once, but then I feel like that's kind of when we start getting unfinished projects. So I don't want to have a million unfinished projects. So I don't know. Give me some advice. And if I could offer you one bit of advice, it is Singer's not out to get you. If it says it's a 1/4 inch seam allowance foot, it's a 1/4 inch seam allowance foot. I hope you guys are having a good weekend. I'm going to be busy this week, so I probably won't get much sewing done, but I will try to give you a midweek update. Hope you guys are having a good day. All right. Have fun, quilters, and stay tuned as I show you my product that I have done from today. Okay guys, here is my top Friendship Star quilt. I have to put the borders on down there, but this is the material and this is the colors. You have your clockwise stars, your counterclockwise stars. You have your 5 blocks there, and they kind of do a chain. Kind of get up closer and see. The fabric is okay. Not sure if I'm totally excited about the fabric, but I don't know. I had an image of a rainy day in the garden, and that's kind of what the fabric gives us, I would guess. But as you can see, like, I cut off the tip there. Not everything lines up perfectly. It's not as flat as I would like it to be, so I'm wondering how machine quilting is going to go with that. But any comments you can give me, any advice, tips, tricks, I'm willing to listen. But I will show you next week maybe, or midweek, if I get it done, what the finished product looks like. Alright guys,